So I just want to give you this opportunity at this moment to introduce yourself. Let's get to know you. Maybe a listener out there akujue unafanya kazi gani, or maybe what you are here today for.
Kwanza kabisa, happy Mashujaa Day to all our listeners. I hope siku itawaendea vizuri tukikumbuka all the heroes that have really fought for this country to this far we are. So my good names are Luciana Dhiambo, working with Big Ship organization as a Blue Breeze program officer, an urban resilience and entrepreneurship officer, and also have a background in marine resource management.
All right.
So it's my pleasure to be here today.
Thank you so much, and you're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Mituno Sami Kitsao, na kwanza ningependa kuwapongeza wale wanaotusikiliza pale nje. Wasibonyeze kidude. Huyo inasemekana hivyo. Mimi ni kijana mwenye ninashughulika sana na masuala ya blue economy. Lakini kwa sasa niko kwenye kile kitengo kinaitwa Youth Advisory Council ya programu inayoendelezwa na TechnoServe yenye imeshirikiana na Big Ship. Na sisi majukumu yetu ni kuhakikisha kwamba zile sauti za vijana ambao mara nyingi hawasikiki, tunahakikisha kwamba zinasikika. Na pia tunahakikisha kwamba tunawa represent katika zile tables zenye huwa kunafanywa maamuzi. Ndio sasa angalau matakwa yao yaweze kuwa respected na kuwa taken care of. Ndio anything that itakuwa inatengenezwa itengenezwe pia iki incorporate their ideologies.
Okay, that's beautiful. And maybe our listener is listening out there and hearing this term blue economy for the very first time. So just to let them know, what is blue economy? They always say ladies first. So we'll start with you.
Kwa kifupi tu tukisema blue economy, tunaangazia zile rasilimali ambazo zinapatikana katika sekta ama kando na katika sekta ama karibiana na sehemu za bahari. Napata inaweza kuwa ni bahari, inaweza kuwa ni upande wa ni nyanja, lake kwa Kiswahili. Yani any place kwenye kuna around water bodies, they form part of the blue economy. So ni sehemu tu ambazo ziko na rasilimali ambazo zinawiana.
You're doing good.
Kiswahili kitukuzo jamani. Yeah, kwa kifupi.
Okay. And Milton?
Kwa kifupi kama nimesema, blue economy ama uchumi samawati ni ile hali ya tuseme kuna vitu fulani venye vinafanyika katika ile mazingira ya baharini na venye pia vinatunza ile mazingira ya baharini. Lakini hivyo vitu vinakuza uchumi. So unajua Kiswahili pia ni kigumu kidogo, lakini kwa kimombo kidogo tunasema kwamba blue economy, it is the utilization of the marine resources that contributes to opportunity development, economic development, but at the same time we don't destroy the ecosystem.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very important. And I'm glad that it's the young people that are having this conversation about blue economy, because many times when people hear about blue economy, they always think a blue economy, it's all about fishing. So let me understand, or maybe our listener out there, why should young people in the coastal region care about blue economy so much? Maybe if anyone has interest in blue economy, why do they have to care about a blue economy so much, especially in the coastal region? Yes.
Kwanza watu wanafaa kujua kwamba blue economy is not about the sea. It's not about the ocean. It's about the people who are living along the ocean.
Yes.
So why do people need to care about it? Because first, the ocean or the wall of the coastal line inatupea sana tuseme inatupatia sana uwezo wa kujipatia pesa, sio upande wa uvuvi, sio upande wa utalii, sio upande wa creativity na sanaa. Kwa sababu pia kuna wale acrobats wanajiuliza sisi tunaingilia wapi? Nyinyi pia mna contribute pale kwa utalii, bila nyinyi tutakuwa tunaangalia wapi? Kuna creativity ya uimbaji pia, wao pia wako pale. Kuna wale wanasema sasa sisi watu tunapika na sisi pia tuko kweli, they are there, kwa sababu bila wao inakuwa sasa si economy. So kama tutakuwa tunaangazia economy, blue economy, ni haya mambo yote yenye yanafanyika katika ile coastal line, yenye yanahusiana direct na bahari, ama hayahusiani direct but indirect. Pia hiyo iko ndani ya blue economy.
Pengine nikiweza kuongezea, why do we need to care about this term we call blue economy, ama whichever opportunities that are available in the blue economy sector? Tukiangalia, the blue economy sector is very wide, and we have different value chains that are found in the blue economy sector, starting from the mangrove ecosystem all the way to the mariculture, fisheries, we have ecotourism, we have mambo na seaweed farming. Hizi vitu zote zikichanganywa pamoja zina bring about what we call blue economy.
Yes.
And you look at all these ecosystems, they play a very critical role in just protecting and making this sector very useful or very important to we as the human beings. Ukiangalia kwa upande wa tuseme mangrove sector, na tukiangazia mambo na climate change, unapata zinasaidia sana katika ile climate change mitigation. Unaona, ukiangalia the ocean itself iko na ile capacity ya kuabsorb yenye tunaita CO2 katika atmosphere, meaning it's creating a conducive environment for we as the human beings wenye tunaishi katika sehemu ama ufuoni. So you can imagine this the country ama the surrounding ama the society without the ocean. Then meaning you have very impurified air. Yani mambo tu hayatakuwa yako sawa. Hatutakuwa na chakula. Ukiangalia uchumi wa tuseme Mombasa peke yake, Mombasa sana uchumi wao inategemea sekta ya utalii. So na hii sekta ya utalii inakuja na the blue economy because it's the coastal line. Tukiangalia beaches, tukiangalia the beautiful hotels zenye ziko along the beaches. So that is why we really need to care about, we really need to protect, we really need to conserve, because it contributes to our own consumption, it contributes to the economy of the country, So in one or the other, contribute to even our personal lives.
Yeah, and you just mentioned about the blue economy playing a major part in the country's economic contribution. So, and you know that there have been a lot of cases about the youth unemployment and shortages of employment in the country. So, how does this sector tie into the Kenya broader economic vision and the fight against youth employment?
So I've just mentioned about the opportunities available within the blue economy sector.
Yes.
And all these opportunities have the potential of creating an economic balance to the young people in this sector.
Yes.
It's all about we young people taking out the initiative, because there are so many opportunities. Tukiangalia katika mambo ya mangrove conservation, we have a lot of opportunities in that sector. Ukiangalia katika sehemu ambazo ziko na seaweed, there's a lot of seaweed farming yenye inafanyika kama Kwale and all other places. Watu wana extract even oil from seaweed. And all this is for the benefit of the income to this young person who mwenye anategemea hizo rasilimali. We have other people who are doing fishing. And this is what fishing bado pia ni an economic opportunity to the young person. We have other people who are now focusing on the ecotourism sector ama the utalii sector. Na hii pia bado it's an opportunity for young person to get an employment ama to get an income opportunity.
Yes.
So it's all about this young person having a positive mindset that you don't have to get employed for you to have a livelihood. You can even create an economic opportunity for yourself. It's all about being creative. It's all about having an ideation of what you really want to have. You know, we have young people out here who are actually very creative, just using the available resources that we have to come up with something tangible, something that they can convert it into meaningful use, into an economic value. So just to tell young person that you don't have to really get employed. You can really turn the ocean tides into an economic opportunity for you. Yeah.
That is beautiful, because in Najua, many times you only believe in office jobs and not blue economy, but white collar jobs. So the fact that the blue economy sector gives us an opportunity to be creative and just create unemployment, in Najua, by that you also get to create employment for other people. So let me ask Milton, you know, as much as we want to earn a living from the blue economy sector, as much as we want to use the ocean to create employment, and you say that we should not be destroying the ecosystem, because it's not only us, the human beings, that depend on the ocean. So what are some of the measures that can be put in place to ensure that as much as you explore, or maybe you use this the oceans, and you don't get to destroy the ecosystem?
One of the measures that can be put on, we need to create awareness, because people say education is power.
Yes.
If these people get that awareness, like for example, tunafanya awareness maswala ya how to conserve the environment by planting mangroves, how to conserve the environment by ensuring that there is no plastics, that it a very key role to ensure that the environment, the ecosystem of the marine is safe. Something else is to ensure that we practice this thing that does not destroy the ecosystem, kwa sababu there is some of the practices that zinafanyika in the ocean that destroys either the life or kuna the coral reefs zinakwanga destroyed. So one is by creating awareness. Number two, it is by ensuring that the practices tuneka kule, they do not predispose the ecosystem into damages. Na kitu kingine chenye ni muhimu sana, I think there is this third party, tunasemaje kwa Kiswahili, kuna kuingilia kati. Like for example, unapata kuna watu wenye watu wanahitaji kuboast ile, sisi kuna vitu tunajua tayari, lakini kuna vitu hatuwezi kushughulikia mpaka tuambiwe sasa fanyeni hivi. That is to be honest. Watu pale nje kuna vitu wanajua, lakini mpaka waambiwe fanyeni hivi. So the third party like the government, these NGOs, wakiingilia kati, wakiweka ule msukumo, I think vitu, lakini the key role, it is awareness, because we cannot do things without having information about it. If you don't have that awareness, hakuna kitu kinafanyika, because you need to do something that you know. Yeah.
That is very beautiful. So, your listener, in case you're listening out there, make sure you follow this conversation on our social media platforms at blueradio.co.ke and at Kishberry. We still have Lucian right here in the studio, and Milton just enlightening us about the blue economy and the youth, and turning tides from unemployment to innovation. So let's talk about the Blue Biz program. What inspired you to start this program, and how do you aim to achieve maybe the goals that you set for this program? Starting with Milton.
Okay. Blue Biz program, as we have said, it is an initiative that it is being implemented by TechnoServe. Yeah, in partnership with MasterCard, and also Big Ship inakuwa kama local organization ambayo sasa ina ensure kwamba there is smooth running of these activities kwa community. So mimi nilikuwa mobilized just as any other youth nilikuwa mobilized hapo chini. Tukaingia Blue Biz program, and the aim was to get the knowledge first, because unakuwa trained first. Then after the training you are given a chance to apply for funds.
Yes.
So my targets were two, going for the knowledge and the funds. So nikiwa pale, another opportunity rose. Like there is something better. So you can join. And someone said you can join. I said, how does it look like? Someone, no. Ukitaka unaweza kuingia. So nika apply, nikakubalika, nikaingia kwa Youth Advisory Council ya this program. So as I speak today, I'm a member of Youth Advisory Council. And what is our work? Our work is to ensure that the voices of all these young people, entrepreneurs who are along the coast, their voices are heard. And also to represent them in this high table where the decision making are made. So that is how I found myself in the Bluebees program. Yeah.
Amazing. And Lucian?
You asked about how the Bluebees program came to being.
Yes.
And I'll just say that this is an initiative by TechnoCell Foundation, of course, being funded by MasterCard and now in partnership with local organizations across the coastal region. And it's an initiative that just came about because of the rate of unemployment of young people, within the coastal region. And they were looking at a way in which they can alleviate poverty. And just to think of it is, you see, entrepreneurship is one of the major roles, one of the major opportunities that can really drive or can really reduce the level of poverty. And that is why they came up with this Bluebees program. Basically, it's just unlocking the opportunities available in the blue economy sector through entrepreneurship, with a major aim of creating a dignified and fulfilling pathways or job opportunities for the young people within the sector as well. So this program now, it's being implemented across Mombasa, Lamu, Tana River, we have Kwale, almost five. We have 5 coastal counties.
Yes, 5.
Yeah, across the coastal counties. And in each county we have a local organization, meaning they have a touch to the community. So they have they have an understanding of these communities and what better opportunities can they provide to these young people. So now for Mombasa we have Big Ship, who are an implementing partner now supporting TechnoCell Foundation. So now what we do as Big Ship, first, we are of course an environmental organization, and we have always been focusing about the blue economy and the marine ecosystems through and through. So meaning we have a vast understanding of what are these opportunities that are available for our young people. And as I sit here, my major role is to see how can we have sustainable alternative livelihoods for the young people or for the community that we serve. And there we go now, the blue economy with its opportunities. So now as Big Ship and Bluebees program, we are an implementing partner focusing on the ecotourism sector. We look at Mombasa, we look at the ecotourism or the tourism sector in Mombasa, and we realized there are so many things that young people can do that can really contribute or boost the tourism sector. You know of the normal tourist who comes to Mombasa, he or she knows about the beaches, he or she knows about the normal Fort Jesus, he or she knows about the horns, where we have the horns. Like those are the common things that tourists can come and tour around Mombasa to find them. But we are looking at what are other opportunities that we young people can really venture into that can really attract a tourist, so that we have, at the end of it all, it's this tourism dollar reaching out to that community at a grassroots level. So that is why we decided to focus on ecotourism in general, unlocking all the opportunities in the ecotourism sector. So now under this sector, we have like 3 major subsectors that we focus on. And one is tour guiding. Tour guiding is just the art of, taking a tourist through, different places and showing them, giving out stories on, this is how it came into being and this is where it's going. It's just the art of storytelling as you guide a tourist.
Yes.
And then we have now the art and curios. These are some of the souvenirs that, when tourists come, they really get attracted to, and they, at the end of it all, they purchase because of the cultural aspect that these souvenirs come with. And then we have another sector of gastronomy. Gastronomy basically focuses on the food, on the Swahili food that most people in Mombasa really consume. And these are some of the things that really a normal a tourist who comes to Mombasa, one, will want to get a guide who will take them around. Two, they will want to purchase something.
Yeah.
A curio, a dera, something Swahili in nature.
Yeah, true.
And then another thing is they will want to taste the Swahili food that is found, in Mombasa, just portraying the rich Swahili culture. And that is why we really decided to focus on these three sectors and see how we can have our young people coming up with innovative ideas, focusing on these sectors that they can really be boosted, they can really be capacity built through skills development, given access to finance, given access to network and market linkages. And all this is just to unlock this opportunity. And at the end of it all is we want to see this young person having an income at the end of it all, being able to employ other young people, So we are trying to alleviate poverty by creating dignified and fulfilling works to these young people through entrepreneurship.
Beautiful. I think Luciana has exhausted everything that I was just about to ask, because you just said that when tourists visit the coastal region, they get tour guides to show them around, because just sometimes somebody can go to Fort Jesus, you can just walk in there and just walk around and maneuver your ways in the Fort Jesus, but you don't know that there's a rich history behind everything that you see in there, maybe, and even the Swahili cuisines. You get to understand how this dish came up, or what this dish means to the Swahili people.
Yeah.
And that is very beautiful. And so now, as we just wind up, because you also have your counterparts who are also waiting, so we want to hear from them also. And let's just get to understand, do you have mentorship programs where you train these people, and how can they, because Milton mentioned that the first vision of this Blue Bees program was to gain skills and access funds. So how do you access these funds, or maybe this capital, and do you have mentorship skills that you offer to these young people to ensure that they get to beat this poverty?
Okay, so we have different pathways, or rather pillars under the Blue Bees program. And the first main pillar is access to knowledge. And this is where now skills development comes in. You have to get an understanding. You first realize yourself, first understand in general what is this blue economy, understand now what is this entrepreneurship, and how can I better my skills, in boosting my businesses, So that is where skills development comes in.
Yeah.
They are trained on how they can utilize the resources they have, make good use of the entrepreneurship practices, like good financial management, good record keeping, how to market products, and get access to a wider market. I believe my colleagues will be able to talk about the skills development and how it has been going about. And another pillar that we have is after you're trained, what next? You need now to get market. So we have an access to market pillar.
Oh, yeah.
So this pillar really focuses on connecting these young people with their businesses into the market pool. How can they tap into the market pool? So we link them to different markets that are available, different off-takers who are ready and willing to purchase products from them. At the end of it all, they can make sales and get income. So another pillar is now access to finance, and this is where the funding that Milton was talking about. So with access to finance, for a business to grow, you either need capital, you either need funds to boost your business. And this is where young people, mostly, they start a business, and at the end of it all, 2 months later, down the line, they collapse. Why? Maybe they didn't have enough resources to be able to boost or manage their businesses to the level they want to go. So this is where this pillar comes in, just to be able to provide that financial solutions to these businesses so they can be able to sustainably grow. And that is where we have the Bahari Boost Challenge Fund. I believe my colleagues will be able to talk about. I'm just highlighting. And then now the last pillar is now leadership. Under leadership is we want to have, at the end of it, all these entrepreneurs have leadership skills. In this society, for you to really survive, you need to have some skills that are very essential, even in you managing your own businesses. So this is where enhanced leadership comes in. And this is where now we have young people representing others in the Youth Advisory Council, just like we have Milton here. And this is where we have now mentorship programs, where we link these entrepreneurs with now successful people in this sector. They can really walk with them the journey of, this is how you do, this is where you go, this is what you need to do for you to become this particular person in the next, So yeah, that is the whole process of this program.
That is very amazing. So Milton, as we just wind up, when you start an initiative or a program, the highlight of the whole thing is seeing success stories, maybe hearing people making steps. So do you have any success story of a youth or maybe a group that turned their blue economy ideas into viable business, and they are creating also job opportunities to other people? So just tell us about that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, ziko nyingi kwa sababu tangu Bluebees ianze hadi sasa hii vijana wengi sana wameweza kufaidika na kwa sababu hiyo hata nimekuwa nikishirikishwa sana na watu wa Big Ship kwamba wewe ndio unaenda unafanya due diligence, mimi ndio ninaenda ninafanya monitoring and evaluation ku ensure that zile pesa zilizowekewa wale watu zinawasaidia na kama zinawasaidia wamefikia upeo gani, ni kitu gani wanahitaji pia usaidizi, kwa sababu tunaweza kuwa tumesaidia mtu lakini pia anapitia changamoto. So nimekuwa field sana nikiangalia ule mustakabali kamili wa utembezaji wa ile pesa na matumizi yake. Kwa hiyo zipo kazi ambazo zinaendelea tena kazi nzuri sana. Kwa mfano kuna wamama wako pale Miritini wanafanya kazi vizuri sana, wako pale kwenye barabara. Wao walifadhiliwa kwa ajili ya kuuza chakula cha kimwambaoni huko kinahusiana samaki. Na mwanzoni walikuwa wana kipato cha chini ya 10,000 lakini hii due diligence nilifanya mwisho nilipata wameongeza hadi ya 25,000. Unaona hiyo imeongeza. Hiyo ni ya kwanza. Kuna mwingine ako hapa Kisauni. Mwenye huyo ni mama pia. Anauza samaki fresh fish. Na alikuwa anapata kipato cha 25,000. Lakini tangu apate hii funds hadi sasa hii nilivompitia juzi nilipata ameongeza kile kipato. Huo mwezi alikuwa ameweka 55,000. So unaweza kuona kwamba wanaongeza kile kipato. So ile elimu wenye wanapewa na Bluebees program, ile pesa imeweza kuwasaidia. Mbali na huyo, kuna vikundi kadhaa pale upande wa Likoni wenye vimeweza kupewa pesa first tranche na vimeweza kuongeza by at least 20% profit. So unaweza kuona kwamba hii initiative ya TechnoServe ni kweli kabisa inainua ile maisha ya wanajamii. So kama ni mfano ulikuwa unahitaji, na kuna watu pia wanatusikiza wanaweza kuconfirm. Unajua sisi watu semi sijui si story bwana. Wewe kama uko Kisauni tembea hapa Big Home. Kuna msana wetu hapo kuna shop imeandikwa Sea Wife. Fika hapo ulizia masuala ya TechnoServe, masuala ya Bluebees, utapewa information. Ukiwa upande wa Miritini enda hapo kwa barabara, tafuta kina Dama na Heri hapo, tafuta wapo. Ukienda Likoni tafuta hawa vijana wetu wapo hapa Likoni hapa mwanzo tayari. Ukiingia Mtongwe, ukiingia Shika Adabu huko chini, yani tumesaidia na watu wanasaidika. So ni kweli hii program imekuja na imeinua watu. So mifano ipo na iko hai kabisa. Yeah.
That is amazing story. That is a very beautiful story. Many a times when people hear about blue economy, they only think that blue economy is all about fishing. And the young people wanafikirianga that fishing is left for what was there. Yeah, exactly. And it's all about youth and the blue economy. Still having that conversation here. And just as I told you before we went on a break, we'll be having more of this conversation. And right about now, I have my guests. Watapata time ya kujiintroduce. Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
So maybe just start by telling us your name and maybe your role in the Blue Bees program.
So my name is Said Salim, and in the Blue Bees program, I am an entrepreneurship trainer. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, my name is Ali Said Ali. Na I'm entrepreneurship. Na mi pia na trainee na Blue Bees under the partnership ya Big Ship.
Okay. Happy Mashujaa Day first of all. Unajua kuna watu wengine hata kukiwa na holiday lazima muende kazi. So that is us. Sijui kama nyinyi pia mko na hiyo katika
Ni mwanzo nimejiambia for today before I celebrate anyone, I'll celebrate myself.
Okay.
As the shujaa I am.
Very important. Yes. Because people tend to forget that these shujas are only politicians, maybe national leaders, but sometimes you forget that we also shujas in our own ways.
Yes, we play a very critical role.
Yeah.
And surviving up to now.
Yeah.
Deserves some credit.
Yeah, very true. And so we are still talking about the youth and the blue economy and the whole issue about turning the ocean tides into employment. And the previous guests already talked about the startups that you have in your program. And just like any other initiative, there are also challenges that people face whenever they're having such kind of program. So maybe just to start us off, please can you tell us maybe the challenges or biggest challenges that young innovators face when trying to enter marine-based industries like fishing, maritime, logistics, or ocean tech?
So one, let's appreciate that as young people, we are vulnerable in so many aspects. Luciana spoke about the need for young people having a capital and other requirements just to get into this space. But now we are looking at a young person who wants to be an entrepreneur, and not just an entrepreneur, but an entrepreneur in the blue economy. So aside of the capital that will be needed, you see there is the gap of skills gap, because if you want to get into business and you don't have the necessary skills or the knowledge of that business, it becomes a very big problem. So even as we train these young people, one of the biggest challenges that we're facing and we see most of the young people struggling with is the challenge of knowledge, business knowledge. Most of them, they want to venture into something just because they've seen someone are prospering in that business, and they just they also jump in and start to roll with it. They don't have any prior knowledge. They've not done enough research about that. They've not understood the demand of the product they want to produce. So you see, they for as much as you might want to really help them, but the foundation was very weak, and therefore progressing becomes really, really slow because they didn't take time to understand what they're getting into. So the business knowledge is one of the biggest challenge, then the skills. And that's why right now in the Blue Bees program, we really take a lot of time to train these young people. We have two types of trainings. First, we do the entrepreneurship training, just give you the basics of what entrepreneurship is all about. How do you keep records? How do you create a model that can propel your business to the next level? After that, we go to the technical aspect of it. You are a Mama Karanga. What is it that you'll need as a Mama Karanga to prosper and take your business to another level? You are in tour guiding. What is it that you need? What are the tools that you need? So we do training in those two aspects. One, entrepreneurship, then two, the technical bit of it. Because one of the biggest gap as young people, we are facing is the lack of skills or the business knowledge. So if we eliminate that, then after that we now take you to the next phase. That's when we want to eliminate the challenge of lack of capital or lack of funds to grow your business, and that's where you are being given the Bahari Boost or the grant that with the money we expect that your business will move from one step to the next.
Oh yeah, that is very beautiful. And Ali said. And you know, he's talked about young people, like when they see successful business stories, you look at somebody started a business and it's blooming, and all of a sudden you also want to have the same thing. So how do you ensure that you keep the young people, especially the young people, they're always in a hurry? Okay, there's perception that they're always in a hurry to do things, or maybe acquire things rapidly. So how do you do, or maybe the measures that you put in place to make sure that you prepare these young people that there are challenges when you want to start up a business, maybe to want to go about any business?
I guess it's still my question, because I'm the one who usually prepares them. So just as I've said, one, we take a lot of time to train them, let them understand first how the business run or how an entrepreneurship should look like. And that's why in the training, one of the most critical component is the business canvas model, where they get to interact with all the blocks or all the aspects of the business. So after understanding that, then we also integrate a part of success stories and how they've journeyed through the entrepreneurship journey. Through that, most of these entrepreneurs will get to appreciate that growth really comes from one, consistency and perseverance. Hautaamka tu na upate biashara yako imesha so tu hivyo. Unlike venye watu tunataka umeanzisha biashara leo na kesho unataka uanze kuona matunda big
branches all over.
Yes. So one, they get to understand all the aspects of the business. Then two, getting to link them with already existing business so that they can be told the reality kwa ground. Because kuna ile tutakufunza kwa class, lakini tukishafika kwa ground tunajua vitu huwa ni different. So once you're linked, and then through this mentorship and peer learnings, they also get to appreciate that they need to take things slow and they need to appreciate the process. Take one thing at a time, and one thing will lead to the next. Yes, first get to understand everything about the business. If the issue is the skills, then you'll see already once that aspect of training is covered, that business will start registering some progress. If the issue is the funding, then now you'll see that the progress still is stagnant until some funds are injected. So that's why Milton talked about some groups registering some progress after they've been given funds. So you realize most of this group either lacked one, the management skills and the funding. So they were able to be trained, where the issue of the skills and everything was covered, and then after that they were given the boost, the funds that boosted them, and now they are registering that at least 20% increase in profit. Some you see them increasing the income streams. Alikuwa anauza viazi, then unampata instead of kuuza viazi peke yake, kesho unaenda unampata anauza viazi, anauza juice na anauza na pilau. You see, at least ndio sikuwa anategemea kitu moja. So that is understanding that that is understanding how the business is, and then now trusting the process. Yes.
And you said that you're also a trainee, right? And
mimi ni mwanabiashara ambao nimepata mafunzo kupitia the Big Ship Organization. Na okay, mimi si trainer wa Big Ship.
Trainee.
Mimi ni mwanabiashara ambao kwamba nimepitia mafunzo na pia nimepitia marketing leakages kupitia hiyo Big Ship, na ndio hiyo imewezesha mimi kufika sehemu kama hii ambao kwangu ni fursa kubwa, na pia vile na wapatia motisha vijana wenzangu ili nao pia wasikate tamaa, kwa sababu biashara zina njia nyingi sana. Na njia ya kwanza, kawaida mwanabiashara utaanguka. hauwezi anza ukasema leo mimi nimeuza 5,000 kesho nitauza 10,000 hizi. Unauza 5,000 siku ya pili ukauza shilingi 200. Na yale mafunzo tunapitia kule Big Ship ni kwamba pia anatupatia moyo. Moyo na maanisha kupitia moyo kwa sababu kuna kipande Big Ship itakuwa hawatakuwa na nini. Kwa mfano sasa usikie hii project ya Bluebees ni for example ni ya 6 years na kuna entrepreneurs wengi wanataka kwa trend wapewe funding, so hatakuwa kila siku anazungumzia Ali. Kwangu itakuwa ni kama tu success story ili mwingine wa nje aone kwamba Big Ship imeweza kumsaidia Ali, amepiga hatua hii. Na yeye naye pia aige kutoka kwangu. Ashukuru tena Big Ship kama vile mimi ninavyoshukuru. Mimi si mvuvi lakini nauza samaki na pia nafanya value added products kupitia wale samaki. Kitu ambacho tunafanya value added, watu wengi wanauza samaki tofauti ya mimi na wao, ama tofauti ya mafunzo niliyopata kupitia Big Ship. Ukifika utapata masoko samaki ndio. Kitu cha kwanza